So this is my first video with commentary. I'm still learning how to use the video editing software, and especially now adding audio software. I had to have a separate installation of Audacity to enable to record the commentary. So I had to edit the video, save that, go back into Audacity, play the video, record the commentary while I'm playing the video, which this is where we're at now. So this is an older match that I'm just testing out this commentary with. It is with myself, JBob, Round Eye, and the artist formerly known as OG Wolf, and a random guy versus 5 other OGs. We have Chevy, Houlihan, Mr. X, Fedex, and Smooth on mission. So basically my setup, my main setup is the P90 with rapid fire and silencer. The only other thing that I really use is radar and grenades. So as you can see, what I like to do most of the time is what I like to set up in an area. I don't specifically camp like I used to in the older Modern Warfare games. I like to pick an area and defend that single area with a radar, and you'll see that as I come along. And most of the time, I get a lot more kills than deaths. Coming up this hill is always a good place to get some kills. As you can see, I almost had a triple there, but I was running out of ammo. But I did wind up getting my kill streak to an IMS and a radar. I love setting up the IMS right there. Usually works very good. You have to defend your IMS there because a lot of people can kill it, shoot it from a farther distance. Setting up a radar there gives you radar vision of anybody coming up that hill. And most of the time, you can use some preemptive firing as you see them coming up the hill. So by the time they come around the corner, you're already firing at them, so you get first shot on them. The only problem that you have here is that your radar really doesn't cover your back. So if somebody comes up on your back, you're probably going to die. So I saw them running in the little valley, and I believe up here is where I died because I made that big jump, so a single bullet killed me. So what I'll do now is I'll probably try to go back and reset up another area with my radar and just defend that one area. I guess it's sort of considered camping, the Rambo style, as I'll pick an area and just defend it. This turned out to be a very close game with all the OGs playing, and we only had the one random who wasn't very good on our side. Most of the people were running basic setups. Fedex was running the akimbos, which, you know, but hey, to each his their own. I usually bust them out after I get shot by them, but I didn't this game, so I guess I felt I didn't want to. I usually start off games pretty slowly, and then as the game goes along, I usually warm up or get used to other people's gameplay, and I usually play a lot better. And on mission, I like to stick around the center of the map. It gives you access to all areas of the map very quickly. And if you have a radar set up, you can see people coming up your left, right, rear, front. Doesn't matter. And what I also like to do is I also like to use the radar screen to figure out where the enemy is. If I see somebody on my team shooting, even though I don't see an enemy shooting, I know that there's some enemies coming from that area. So I can go over there and hopefully lend some support. A lot of times I find myself killing people and kill confirmed, and then leaving the tags out there as almost like a bait. You know, if you have one tag and you shoot somebody, you know that guy's probably going to come back, or somebody else is going to come back looking for that tag or that area, and then you can wind up getting 2-3 kills off of one tag that's just laying there. Right there, looks like Chevy got the best of me coming around the corner. Even though I knew he was there, still got the best of me. And I think this is the same thing. I think I die a couple times in a row here. But yeah. So here's that hill again, where as people come up and you're coming over that hill, you can usually wind up getting some pretty good kills there in a row. You just have to watch the people come down off the hill. And I think I wind up chasing Smooth around. I think Smooth joined a little bit late. I don't think he was in there in the beginning of the game, but joined midway or most of the game through. So, yeah, I was trying to use the car as a little bit of cover from those Akimbos there, and it seemed to work out. I was just hoping that airstrike wasn't going to land on my head. And you can basically see that I try to stay in the same areas on these. And wind up doing pretty good. Got a little 4-kill streak there with another IMS. IMS on a board like this can be pretty good. So can... I didn't get to be able to use any of my airstrikes. And that was weird. I just laid down the IMS and it was destroyed that quick. I didn't even see what did it, but obviously it's destroyed. So, like I said, I like to sit in this area here, you know, lend some support when I can in the other areas. I see somebody coming around the corner here, so I know that I should fire first around the corner. And I got the kill. Same with that, using the UAVs. I see 2 people, one to my left, one to my right. But they obviously, thankfully, they didn't see me. And now I got another IMS. So, not doing too bad. I know somebody's coming down there. But, call it UAV, see where they're at. Okay, I see them up there. Let me go see what I can do. 2, 3 people there. I think I die here after I get the first 4 shots on them. Yeah. I couldn't even beat that that bomb run there. I died before it or in the middle of it. But it turned out fairly well. Like I said, I think the game winds up being fairly close at the end. Within a couple kill confirms. That's another good place on this map to put some IMSs. Because by the time they come around the corner, you get them. There's 2 IMS kills right there. 2 tags up there. Teammates are picking them up. Turns out to be pretty good. So at the same time, I think we're only up 9, it looks like on my screen. And I accidentally pressed the A button and walked through and picked up somebody else's weapon. And I died trying to exchange the weapon. Yep, my IMS was just killed, but you know I got 2, 3 kills out of an IMS, so it definitely is a benefit, and it's something that I try to use in most of my matches, either sentry guns or IMSs, depending on the map, depending on the setup, and actually depending on how I feel. So, oh. I walked into that, but it looks like Round Eye stunned it for me, so that wasn't a death for me, but that was a nice grenade by Houlihan, who had a grenade kill and also blew up Wolf's C4, which was also part of that grenade kill. So that was pretty much a triple kill that she got, so that was nice. And here's where they start sort of coming back a little bit. I believe they get within the 60s on this map before we get 65, so it turned out to be a well-played, almost all OG game with 9 OGs and 1 random, which I believe the random guy was in last place. So now it's 63 to 60, so it's getting kind of close. There we go, and a nice win. Yeah, like I said, our random was in last place there. But overall, very good game.